Hi Eddie, how are you? Hi mate. Hi Ed. How are you doing today? He's affected by sudden onset right hind leg pain and lifting the leg up. This happened peracutely, meaning super suddenly. He's dragging his right hind leg. It's just all floppy. When I knuckle it over, it doesn't come back. As we move him along, you can see he's moving his left hind leg, but he's not moving his right hind leg at all. He was in an awful lot of pain. He's had to be on a ketamine drip to get him out of pain. We're going to do an MRI scan to try and figure out what the cause of this problem is. What I suspect has happened is that he is affected by the same disease as me, which is disc disease in his spine. This has happened to me a couple of times in my life, one up here and one down here. When the disc blew in my neck, I couldn't feel my left arm. To not have nerves work is a very, very scary thing. And it's scary for poor Eddie, isn't it, Ed? Oh, yeah. And it's also scary for his family. And we've got a very, very unusual situation today because his family happen to be friends of mine and his dad has asked if he can be there. And we'll see. We'll see how he copes with it. My priority is Eddie and getting him out of pain and finding a solution for him. Good boy. He's a good boy, isn't he? Hi, Jazz. How are you? Nice. No, please sit down. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay, slightly kind of, I can go into clinical mode a bit.
His situation is exactly the same as it was.
Okay.
So it's no better, no worse.
Oh, thank
He's
you.
about to go in the scanner. Are you sure you're going to be okay with being around him in an anaesthetized state?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Because you were just walking Eddie in the park.
I'm walking with Eddie and his hind leg gives way. So I pick him and I take him to a green area in case he wants to poo. It's something, like it's selling me something. And nothing's going on and that leg is not moving. Floor, I phoned up an emergency vet. I went there, they did an x-ray and they said, well, it's neurological, you need to go to a specialist. And come on, where am I going to go? Am I going to go to Zoe and say, oh, you know what, I was looking up on A to Z on the specialist. She'll say S.
Yeah.
Supervet.
I think we're on our way. So the table is just passing the door now.
Okay.
We're on our way to MRI. So what we'll do is, hey Mitch, could you help me? Mm-hmm. This is my friend Jazz.
Oh, hi.
Jazz,
Nice to meet you.
could you get Jazz some of these beautiful clothes?
Yes, I can go grab some. Yeah.
Please, thank you.
That's all good.
Just bring them back here.
And me, you know, as a dog walker, I am a person who just talks and walks with Eddie. I don't talk to anyone. I don't wear headphones. I'm present with him. I want to see the world through his eyes. You know, like Eddie is a dog. I understand that. I'm not daft in that sense. But I also understand he has a different perception of life. He has no words. You know, he can't tell me what's going on, so I have to interpret him. I have to learn from him.
Have you always been like that with animals, or is that?
Yeah, always. Eddie's my first dog, but when I knew I was getting a dog,
And how did that come about?
I was 50 and somebody asked me, what do you want for your 50th birthday? I think I really want to get a dog. And they looked at me like, huh? You know, you're doing really well, you're at a point in your life, you can travel, you can do whatever you want, but you want to tie yourself down to a dog. That's insane. And it really made such a difference to my life. I cannot quantify how much learning I've accrued about being a better human being. It's the best thing anyone ever does, but you've got to learn to listen.
Wow.
You've got to.
This is exactly what I've been saying for 35 years. Well, for 45 years, since I was 10. I wish that I could get the world to see what you and I have seen through the love of animals, and that is a conduit to a selflessness, but whilst giving up that bit of yourself, you are enriched so much more that you're more than what you could have become. Find out. Wonderful.
And we'll just move to MRI.
Yeah, we'll be down there in a minute. So if you go change.
Sure.
Okay. How are we doing with sequences?
So,
This is Jazz, my friend. There's Eddie in there.
hello.
How are we doing with the scan?
So I've gone higher up.
Yep.
I've transversed from L4 and I'm just running all the way up in transverse.
This is the spinal cord, and we're sorting through what it might be, but it appears to be more an inflammatory situation than an acute compression situation. Sure. But I need to look at this on the big screen.
That's more complicated.
Yes, it's more complicated than we had hoped. Right, let's have a look at the images on the screen here. So we had hoped that it would be a disc which had leaked its pulpy center, and that's the most common reason. So we're into the ones which are weird. So the weird ones include tumors, blood vessel problems, inflammatory diseases like meningitis.
This all impacts his quality of life and his ability and life expectancy on.
Well, we're not going to take that jump just yet.
Fine. He's got a beautiful brain.
He does. So that's his brain. These are his discs. What we can see is that there's a whiteness inside the spinal cord here.
Yeah.
So this whiteness is inflammation / fluid. We can see that whiteness, that diffuse whiteness, goes all the way down the cord. So it runs from here, all the way down to here. I'm not a clinical neurologist, I'm a surgical neurologist. So I do surgery. So when I come across things like this, that's why it's really important to have a multidisciplinary team. Now Marc is a clinical neurologist. Marc's an expert on this, so as soon as he's finishing that procedure, he'll come in. Right now what we're doing is we're giving what's called contrast. That's gadolinium, which is a magnetic agent that goes into the body and it gets taken up in certain areas and shows us what it's more likely to be and what it's not more likely to be. Now we try and find the cause by doing two things: taking blood tests and looking for infectious agents, and taking a sample of fluid from around the spinal cord and analysing that. Those two pieces of information are critical to the puzzle.
Okay, that makes sense.
Is there anything else I can help you with right now?
No, I think at the moment Eddie's where he's supposed to be.
But you can see there's, 5 people down there looking after him?
Yeah, it's beautiful to see actually.
Yeah.
That way.
They all care desperately, they really do. To all of the people here, this is not a job, this is a vocation. And they're here to look after the unconditional love that exists between you and him. That's the truth. So go and get a breath of fresh air.
I will.
Chill out for a while, I'll come and get you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so on the T2 weighted image, there's a diffuse signal high power intensity throughout, and it's primarily lateralized to the right hand side. See, there. Throughout the whole area, it's mainly right sided. There is his brain. This is his spinal cord coming out of his brain, going all the way down to his tail. And fluid is produced up here in this region of the brain and trickles down around and within the spinal cord under normal circumstances, forming a white line on top of the cord and on the bottom of the cord. It also runs down the center of the cord. There's an enlargement of the center canal here behind the brain. And there is also this hazy whiteness throughout the spinal cord, here and here, all the way down. You can see enlargement of the central canal there. That's abnormal. Abnormal fluid dynamics, abnormal fluid flow. And that's a massive problem. Okay, and on contrast, it's non-contrast
It's
enhancing.
not contrast.
So it's not lymphoma.
Much less likely, or we have meningitis, or we have ischemic myelopathy, most likely an FC that is causing that. So I think we should do a CSF tap.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's why we need to get that.
Yeah, okay. Can we have clippers, please? You can do the lumbar, Marc. I'll do this one.
Okay.
So this is cerebrospinal fluid, which is coming out from behind the brain and around the spinal cord. And this will hopefully give us great insight into the disease process, because we can analyze the cells in this fluid and also the protein in this fluid that will help us to make a diagnosis.
So we're trying to do the same, but in the lumbar area. It's a bit more difficult because we are going through between both lumbar vertebrae. Because we have a very inflamed spinal cord.
Yeah, that was my
That's why
fear.
it's not
Yeah,
coming.
so because the cord is inflamed at this level and the nerves are inflamed at this level, they're swollen. And that also significantly decreases the ability to get fluid from that area. We'll abort that mission.
Yeah.
Right, let's get dexamethasone IV. Sense check the dose with Mark before you give it, and then give it slow IV.
Yep.
And then wake up. I'll speak to Dad.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Thanks.
he's out of the scanner now.
Is he awake?
He's
or-
waking up. So just to recap where we're at, we've got abnormal signal throughout the spinal cord that represents change. Then I told you we were going to do contrast. Is the dye taken up by the region of the swelling?
Sure.
And it is not, which is a good sign.
Oh, brilliant.
The fact that the dye is not taken up by the stuff within the cord makes it less likely to be a tumour.
Thanks, Noel, at this point. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
So it's less likely to be tumour, but it's not categorical until we get the sample back from the lab of the fluid. That leaves us with two more categories to discuss, one of which is meningitis of unknown origin. The nearest analogy I will give you to that will be an autoimmune skin disease where people get dermatitis of unknown origin. They don't know what they're reactive to. They could be allergic to anything. They can't remember what they came in contact with, they can't remember what they ate, and they're allergic and they don't know why. Same thing in the spine. The cord can become inflamed as a result of a meningitis, which we never find the cause of. It could be viral, it could be an allergen, it could be autoimmune, where the body's reacting against its own tissue. The third category is even more weird and hard to understand. It's where a tiny fragment of disc material goes pow, like a bullet, and hits the spinal cord blood supply. And it knocks out blood supply to specific areas of the cord, depending on where those blood vessels go.
Sure.
And it can occur at one site or it can occur at more than one site. And that's called a fibrocartilaginous embolism, an FCE. Other terms used are ANNP, which is an acute non-compressing nucleus pulposus extrusion. Now, all of those are jargon. What it means is the jam inside the donut of the disc popped out a tiny seed of jam. And that tiny seed of jam got into a blood vessel inside the spinal cord and knocked out the cord. It's like a vascular stroke.
Yeah.
The prognosis for that, we won't know until we get the fluid results. What we do know is the treatment for that.
Oh, good.
So we do know that we give high-dose steroid intravenously today.
Thank you.
We're hoping that will hit the nail on the head straight away. The prognosis longer term will depend on the damage in the spinal cord created by the inflammation. Statistically, half of them do very well and half of them don't do very well.
I think that's covered it beautifully. And it also prepares me very clearly to be able to be the best person for him.
These crises make you a better person. They make me a better person every day. I literally am in a life and death situation every single day. And that makes you value life, love, hope, all of those things. What you can be assured of is that he's going to get the life and love and hope that he deserves and needs, and he's going to get the best treatment as possible on planet Earth. Now I'll see how he's doing and I'll see if you can come in. So just come with me.
Oh,
He's just gone back down to wards.
Okay.
We'll see how he's doing.
thank you.
Now, are you waking up, Ed? Dada's here. So you can sit in there with him. He's waking up. Shh. Oh, who's that? Who's that? It's Dada. It's Dada. Okay, we'll just put his head on your knee there. That's it. There you
That's
go.
it.
Now you can just cuddle him. That's much better. Stay there. Keep him company for a little while.
Thanks.
I'll come and get you.
Ready? Hello.
So he's in great form, he's in great spirits. We do not feel he's in any imminent danger. We think that what will happen is he'll have some residual nerve defects on that leg, and our aspiration and genuine expectation is that the injury that was caused to his spinal cord by what we believe was a massive spinal stroke, a fragment of disc material that got into blood vessels that supply the cord. He's improved a lot. That's a good prognostic indicator. He may well go on to live a long and happy life. Right now, the only thing I really need to show you is what to do with the leg. This man is a qualified physiotherapist.
Oh, well, there couldn't be anyone better to look after him.
Exactly that. And so it's a 7-minute session, 4 times a day.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun.
Yes, it is.
It will
Great.
be real fun. It'd be lovely to spend this time with him.
One hairy Ewok for
an
you.
Ewok. Thanks. Noel and the team made our home whole again. You know, Eddie's still with us and will be with us, and we'll be back to where we should be as a family.